When met with the challenge of picking a game to review on the show, I found it quite difficult because there is such an overabundance of games that were perfectly playable on their home console releases that were turned into unplayable pieces of fucking garbage when released to the handheld of the time, because apparently people couldn't fucking wait to get home to play this shit. And with most of these games, it's not even fucking worth it. I would rather sit in my car and do absolutely fucking nothing in the hot summer heat.
Oh shit, was that too soon?
Than play some of these fucking games. I mean, what the fuck? We got fucking Dance Dance Revolution for the Game Boy Color. Yeah, I was gonna fucking review that one, but then I realized the only joke I could fucking think of is, am I doing it right? But then I realized that the one game that has affected me the most out of all these fucking awful handheld ports was Killer Instinct for the Game Boy. Just fucking say that to yourself. Killer Instinct for the Game Boy. For those of you who don't know, Killer Instinct is a game that people talked about way too fucking much for the SNES, and that's all I really gotta say about that. Okay, maybe in hindsight it was a bad choice to pick this game to review when I've only played the SNES version, I think like twice. But the times they played it was good. It was, yeah, please don't hit me. But you don't fucking need to know anything about the game to look at this shit and just know that something is fucking wrong. Here's the SNES controller, here's a fucking Game Boy. The Game Boy has about 1/3 the amount of fucking buttons as the SNES controller, so basically right out the door, you're fucked. The people who put money into this game are either complete assholes or complete imbeciles if they thought this fucking game would work. They went up to the game developers and were like, so how's the game coming? Oh, well, frankly, sir, it's quite shit. Can it make me my page? Oh, yes, sir. Okay, then it's fucking fine. Whatever gets me my new dildo copter. At least when these same fucking assholes were porting NES games to the Game Boy, it made sense. It was at least fucking feasible. It's got the same amount of fucking buttons. I mean, they still found a way to fuck that up, but there was a fucking chance. Oh, fuck me. Okay, whatever. Let's look at the fucking game, shall we? Okay, first thing first, you're presented with everyone's favorite gaming bandwagon rare. Why would they even put their fucking name on this? Should have been Alan Smithy LTD or something. So here we go. We got the full lineup. All the usual suspects right here in front of us. We got Dog Turd, the skeleton from Army of Darkness, Rack, and
an amputee.
And I'll go with Stumpy. I've always been for the underdog. You wanna know how to play? I'll tell you how to play. This game is very clever in that it parallels real life. If you play like a good, clean individual, you do real nice, shake hands and walk to your corners, there is absolutely no fucking way of winning. You play like a dirty, low-down bitch, there is no way of losing. And really, that's all I have to say about the game. And that's the saddest part. I can't call this game bad. By no means is it bad, it's just okay. There's nothing good about it, there's nothing entirely bad about it, but somehow that's even sadder. Just how little the people who made this game cared is fucking tragic. Back around the time this game came out, sometimes the prospect of portability was more enticing than the prospect of actually being able to fucking play a game. It's sad but true, and it sometimes pops up in games even today. The mentality that being able to play a game on the go was more important than actually even being able to play it is what caused games like this to be just okay. And since I've been out of interesting things to say for the past 30 fucking seconds, let's get one of these other assholes in here, shall we?
Hey everyone, I'm Ducky Gamer Deluxe, and I'm a little known German reviewer who got forced to sit in his basement and produce a part of this video. So here we are. Yeah. Do you come here often? I mean, the subject is bad handheld ports, and I'm not quite the perfect choice for something like that because I haven't played many of those. But after thinking about the whole thing for a few minutes, I think I got the perfect game in mind. One of my personal favorite retro games is Mega Man 2, the one that I think is also the best Mega Man game. I mean, I can understand if you think otherwise. Nothing goes over Windman. Oh, and especially Yamato Man. Please, somebody tell me what a Yamato is? Okay, thanks. But just the level design, the music, and the different robot masters made this game something very special. While this is a real classic of the NES, the Game Boy port is pretty much the exact opposite. While we got an awesome intro in the original game, here's your intro screen in the port. It's great, right? I mean, it's not as good, but at least you got portability, man. Next thing we notice is that calm and beautiful thing that we hear in the background. Can you feel it? It's nothing that important. I mean, it's the music, it sucks. They didn't use the original songs. Or did they? I can't tell. It's way too noisy and they used too many channels for the background music. So yeah, that feature is gone. But you got portability, man. Instead of your well-known 8 robot masters, we only got the golden half of them. Awesome enemies like Quickman, who isn't involved, Heatman, who isn't involved, and Bubbleman, who isn't involved. Well, actually, that's a good thing, because I never liked Bubbleman that much, but the music of his stage was so awesome. But that's not any more important, as we don't have the original music anyway, so... that makes me sad. Let's have a moment of silence for our good friend Bubbleman. Okay, good, that's enough. The only original ones available are Woodman, Metalman, Crashman, and Airman. Don't think that would be all, because this game actually not only used a few assets and gameplay features of Mega Man 2, but also of Mega Man 3, namely 4 of the robot masters of that game, which cannot even choose the order you want to fight them. Thank you, Capcom. No, really, I'm very glad. I'm happy. No, I'm satisfied, really. So this may not be a real port of the original game, but as the only difference between the title of the NES and the title of the Game Boy version is that Mega Man 2 is written with a figure, and Mega Man 2 is written with the Roman numerals, so Mega Man I think this here may as well count as a port. Not for the glory of the original, but, portability, man? Other than that, this game is really not that fun. Mega Man himself covers 25% of the screen and doesn't even have enough space to jump in most areas. But that's okay, as the level design isn't taken from the original game, but is built way more vertical. Jumping isn't important or anything like that. I mean, no, why would you even try to jump there? Seriously, that's a stupid idea. When I kill something, it's more accidentally. When I get hit by something, well, I can't name a pattern for that because I get hit by everything that is on screen all the time. So the gameplay would be frustrating, where you get so much health by killing enemies that you don't care anymore at a certain point and just run through the whole game. The sprites may look good, but as said, they're way too big to fit on the tiny screen to be actually playable with. So if you want to relive the glory of the original Mega Man, play the NES games and stay away from this shit. Except if you're up to the portability, then I can't stop you from making your own mistakes, man.
Oh, YTMND, you silly, silly time waster. Do I have time to waste? I feel like something I'm supposed to be doing is on a time limit for somebody else. Oh, moving. No, wait, that's for me. I don't remember what it is. Oh, shit! When a conversation starts about the worst ports of all time, the conversation usually starts with an arcade game to a console or even a PC game to a console. While a game like The Sims may be a lot better on the PC, it's still playable by many standards on the console. However, when it comes to porting console games onto the handheld systems, especially within the same generation, that's when you get the real garbage. Case in point, the LEGO games. While LEGO Batman 2 and earlier handheld titles at least felt like their console equivalents, they were still watered-down versions of the original and generally crap. But starting with the release of LEGO Marvel Superheroes, they went in a different direction. Instead of the traditional watered-down versions, they went with unique experiences, let's call them. Basically, they played like 99-cents iOS games. The levels are broken into 3 parts, and each must be completed in one life. It's comprised of a bunch of mini-objectives, 10 per section, and they're completed by doing tasks such as kicking 3 random buckets or finding a random flower in the back corner of an office building. You know, the stuff that makes you play the game 100 times for no goddamn reason. The graphics are obviously terrible in comparison, and the cutscenes are usually cut down and bleh. And now there aren't even hub worlds, so it's just a series of static menus between levels. And to top it all off, the gameplay sucks, as they've oversimplified the console gameplay so much they've actually ruined the games. On top of that, the game is designed to be played 100% on the touchscreen. Luckily, you can use the regular controls because the touchscreen stuff is broken. If you want a watered-down version of a watered-down version of a game, this series of LEGO titles on a 3DS and Vita are for you. Also, I would recommend a therapist. Oh, and if I haven't convinced you how terrible these games are yet, I've saved the best for last. These ports of the beloved platforming franchise from the past generation, there's no jump button. That's right, a port of a platforming game, which by definition is a game in which you jump on platforms, has no jumping. Try and top that. I f***ing dare you.